Hi and welcome to day 2. Without much like blah blah blah, I'm going to get started with the video. So here it is, day 2. Looking at editing. Now editing is a really important facet of YouTubing. It is not just because you cannot just shoot. I mean, of course you can go YouTube live and then there's no editing in that. But generally speaking, when you shoot something, you're shooting raw footage and putting that together into a video that makes some sense, which is appealing to a person that's watching it. Yes, if you want to shoot yourself chewing food for 30 minutes and upload it on YouTube, there are no rules or laws against that. Maybe your video will go viral, but definitely speaking, having a shot of you chewing and then cutting to what you're eating will make a little more appealing of a concept, like a video. So that's really what editing is. It's putting chunks of shots together in one in one final video. And the history of this really, of course, since you are doing a course on YouTube, you can totally YouTube this. But it's really interesting looking at the old genres of films that did not have editing, and they would shoot everything in one go and one take. And it's very fascinating how these how editing really came about to be, what it was, how close shots came, how long shots came. So if you really want to get into this, I suggest you go on YouTube and search for these things. It's a very interesting element of editing to understand the history of it. But generally speaking, how editing began was physically sticking the film. So unlike our digital age, the analog film was an actual film which you would load in a camera and you would shoot, just like the olden days film pictures and stuff. For editing, what you would literally have to do is you would cut, like literally slice each picture and stick it together very carefully. So the people that did this were very highly trained, and over time they started inventing ways to seamlessly stick the shots together, and then they would play it on projectors, and then that's the kind of films you see today. Many films then moved on to digital platforms, and generally filmmaking in digital makes it a little more different. But just to make you understand the concept of digital editing, video editing, it is important to take through this journey of physically editing your shot. So I would want you to turn to the storyboard section. Here is the storyboard section. Right now I've already done some doodles here, but you will have 2 pages of this with empty windows. Now these are actually stickers that you can peel off. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to make a story. Each shot will have to be made into a story. If you wanna, I mean, don't. If you want to make up your own story, that's great. If you want to just do random shots, that's also great. But if you want to do Mary Had a Little Lamb, then you write Mary Had a Little Lamb as a title, then you have Mary and the Lamb, and then the story goes. Make sure you fill all these pages. Draw, conceptualize, and draw a story in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there are 24 frames. You need to fill them up with some picture or some story, and I will even show you some examples of stories that have been made in this course. Yeah, so pause it right now and I'll come back to you. Okay, welcome back. Now what you need to do is, in this page, it's called the final edit, you have to stick, like that was 24, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you have to stick 24 clips into these 12 shots and choose your best. So choose your best into these 12 shots and make your final edit. Now I have already made my story in this, but mine is A Day in the Life of Sang, my name. So I had basically done random shots of my day and how my day begins and ends, right? You can see night, you can see shooting, you can see watching TV and doing some work. And then in my final edit, I finally come up with, I'm happy, I wake up, I have my tea, I say good morning to my daughter, I hug her, and then I say hello to our house help. So this is my final edit, which I've cut the 24 shots into a 12 shot sequence. That is essentially what editing is. You're taking larger files or larger raw footage and making it into a succinct film. So if you've shot 30 minutes, you have to make it into a 3-minute film. So how do you do that? You have to pick and choose the best sequences and bring them into your timeline. So we're going to be learning that. So literally sticking your 24 frames into 12 frames is hard, because each and every frame of yours has been there's been a lot of effort and a thought and storyboarding put into that. But that is really what editing is. We make something big into a more tight and riveting and more interesting film. Generally it's making many frames into fewer frames and cutting it into a tight format. So that is an overview of storyboarding, and we'll see you in the next class. So I hope this has helped you. I hope that all these things, the elements, storyboarding, conceptualizing, has been able to give you a really great groundwork to get started, to really think about what videos you're creating. And I will leave links below, and do let me know if you have any questions. I will love to answer them, and even make a follow-up video if you need more details.